Hello and welcome to this very special episode number 24 of the Beauty Business Podcast. This is the show for the health and beauty industry, particularly you independent business owners out there. Now, I'm here to connect you to the people, the tools, the tips and advice to help get your health and beauty related business to where you want it to be. And have I got an episode for you today? My name is Adam Chatterley. I'm your host, and I'm on a mission to help mobile therapists, nail technicians, home salons, and independent beauty salons, spas, clinics, estheticians, all to reach their business goals through simple, practical, and focused business information, ideas, and strategy. Now, I make it a point not only to tell you what to do, but as far as I can in a 40-minute podcast, how to get results too. So, why is this a special episode? Well, season 3 of the Beauty Business Podcast isn't actually supposed to start for another couple of weeks, but I was fortunate enough as part of the new season to interview one of the leading names in Facebook Messenger marketing, and in particular, Facebook Messenger bots too. Now, the interview was so good and so timely that I just had to bring it to you right away. I didn't want to wait until the official launch of season 3. So joining me on today's special edition of the show is the owner of the #1 messenger marketing bot academy in the world and the creator of the Conversational marketing system. Now, I was able to pin him down for almost an hour in between flying all over the world, sharing his knowledge and expertise to get his incredible insight, not only on all things bots, Facebook Messenger, conversational marketing, but I also get him to focus specifically on the beauty industry and give us some ideas of exactly how bots could be used to transform your businesses. Now, I don't want to talk anymore. I want to get right into it. You'll quickly see why I had to bring this to you right away. So without further ado, here's the interview. Hi, and welcome to this very special secret edition of the Beauty Business Podcast, Scott Holroyd.
Hi, Adam. Thanks for having me here.
So, Scott, you've helped me personally in my own business immensely as a coach and as a mentor since last year with your marketing knowledge, your expertise. And I hope we can call each other good mates now.
Yeah, of course we can, bud.
Awesome. So, a few months ago, we were on the phone and you showed me what you were doing with Facebook Messenger bots. And even as a software guy, even as someone who understands what these things can do, I was totally blown away by what you showed me.
That's right. A lot of people are, to be honest. The thing is, they're an amazing tool and they allow you to achieve so much in your business. And it's kind of been like a mission of mine to sort of educate everyone, really, on the true power of what bots can actually do.
I know, it's amazing. Now, I know you're a super busy guy and I'm taking up your time here. You've very generously given it to us. So I'm going to dive straight in. But just so people can learn a little bit more about you, can you tell us a little bit more about your background?
Well, where to start? Okay, so I've always been quite entrepreneurial. I started my first business at 8 years old. I've never really had a job from there. I've always worked for myself, and then I did a number of things when I were a kid, and then I got into business mentoring, but offline business mentoring. So I used to work for the Chamber of Commerce and for a company called Business Link. I think that's gone now, but we were mentoring offline businesses, how to get started in business, how to basically to give them all the knowledge they need in order to set their own business up, and that kind of naturally merged into sort of I became the motivation guy, which that was never my job. I just became it. I think it's just I naturally fell into that. And then a couple of years later, I did that for a couple of years, and then a little bit later, obviously, when the internet came about, I jumped over to the internet thinking I was the big shot, thinking I was Mr. Big. I know how to do all this stuff offline, so I'm obviously going to know how to do it online. And like most other people, I tried everything. I tried to get the email stuff. I tried to use so many different things, and it took me a long, long time to finally find something that worked, which over time developed into this concept, which I'm going to tell you a little bit about on here, which is called conversational marketing, and a system that I've put in place. And then a couple of years ago, amazingly, chatbots, messenger bots became a little bit more mainstream. So I started using that for my own business and my own clients. And over the past sort of, especially more 12 months, I've moved over to teaching the power of chatbots and my whole conversational marketing system to thousands of people around the world. So that's kind of in a 3-minute version of my life story. Yeah.
Now, as you mentioned, you're traveling all over the place at the moment. You're teaching so many people about this, and you're insanely busy. And you can vouch for the fact that I've been doing everything I can just to get you to share this knowledge about just how much this can help salon, clinic, and spa business owners. You know, the people who listen to this podcast. And I've finally got you here on the show. So again, thank you so much for being here today.
Yeah, no problem, mate. And this is why I wanted to do it as well. You know, when we first spoke, and the thing is, I'm so busy at the minute, but I'm busy trying to make sure that everybody, not just the customer, not just the end user, but the business who could use chatbots within their day-to-day operations, and the customer, a potential customer who could use chatbots in their day-to-day life. I've been trying to get this so that it's a trending topic. And yeah, I am traveling everywhere, and I catching myself going all the time. But the reason I wanted to do this most when you approached me, well, because honestly, bots for the beauty business is a complete and utter game changer. The things that you can do with this system in the beauty industry are unbelievable. So I'm looking forward to getting into this.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, I actually kidnapped you a little bit earlier in the week, and together we did a Facebook Live to my Salon Business Secrets page, which was on Monday, I think. Yeah, Monday. And we were introducing bots, what they are, a glimpse into what they can do, and how much of a shift this is in the marketing and communications for small businesses. And like you say, especially for salons, clinics, and pretty much all other beauty-related businesses. Now, that Facebook Live may well be why that you, dear listener, are listening right now. But in case you missed it, before we get into the really juicy stuff here, Scott, can we just do a very quick recap? Should we dive into it?
Yeah, of course we can.
Awesome. So, very quickly, for anyone who doesn't really know or hasn't really thought about it too much, what exactly is Facebook Messenger, and why is it different to, say, email or SMS or text message, or even like WhatsApp or Snapchat?
Okay, well, basically, the standard use of Facebook Messenger then is it's a free online messaging and voice calling platform owned by Facebook. And it allows you to connect with your friends and family, and basically anyone who's on your Facebook on your Facebook friends list.
Right.
But when you think about this, using it as a marketing platform, then it opens doors to so many things. So it kind of, this is the whole concept, and I'll go into this in more detail as we go on, I'm sure. But the whole idea of taking a conversation and dropping in a product or a service on a level that people are used to being. Okay, so when we talk about sales, when we talk about sales and marketing, it's all systems that people are used to. It's all email. Even people are used to getting SMS now. People are used to getting an SMS coming through to sell them something. Also Snapchat. I mean, Snapchat is massive for things like that. Whereas Messenger, it's still at that stage where it's very conversational based. You're talking to your friends, you know. So when you mix this idea of taking a conversation and putting in a product link, and you mix that with complete automation so that you don't have to manually do this, and you mix it with instant replies. So when somebody messages you, it instantly replies back to them. And also, if you mix it with engagement rates and conversion rates that are completely, like, ridiculously big, unknown in this industry, of between sort of 80 to 100% open rates and 60 to 80% click-through rates of people clicking on the different things that you're telling them to. Honestly, it may just be a standard messenger platform, but the things we can do with this on a marketing perspective, it'll blow your world. Really it will.
Yeah, absolutely. So that's Facebook Messenger. So what then, in its simplest form, is a messenger bot? And what are chatbots that some people are also talking about? In fact, are they the same thing?
Kinda, yeah. I mean, a chatbot is basically, in a nutshell, how I used to classify it is as an automated conversational system. And it connects with your audience, which is really important when they require you to connect with them. So it's a way to automate sending a message to somebody when they're messaging you without you being there. And the good thing about a messenger bot, which let me just tell you the difference, a chat bot and messenger bot is kind of the same thing, but a messenger bot is just a chat bot that's run on Facebook Messenger. That's basically it. So you can get these bots to run on LinkedIn, you can get these bots to run on Instagram, you can get them to run on just website. But when you're talking about Messenger, this is where things change. This is where it gets really, really powerful. So that's kind of where I specialize in the Messenger side of it.
Got it.
But what we can do by connecting it to Facebook Messenger, what we can do is we can get the potential audience member, the potential customer, we can get their first name, we can get their last name, we can get their telephone number, and we can get their email address without asking them a thing. We've got that information, which is massive. It's absolutely massive, because normally how we'd normally have to do this is we'd normally have to ask them this. We'd normally have to bring them over to something, you know? So say, for instance, you've got a page on a website that's giving you some information. We would have to ask that person their information. If they just jumped onto that web page, or if they jumped onto that email, or if they jumped onto that flyer that you've got, you're not going to get that information. But if they come through to your messenger bot, instantly you've got everything, and it stores it, which is awesome. So really, the question really is, I understand that there's now you understand that there's a chat bot is in general, and the messenger bot works for Facebook Messenger. The question is more, how can we use this system? What way can we use this system to bring in our potential customers? And how we do that is we split that down into two things. So a chat bot or a messenger bot comes in two variations. The first variation is called a flow bot. And what a flow bot does is it takes your potential customer on a journey. It builds trust in your brand, and it's beautiful in design and functionality. And I'm obviously I'm going to explain this in more detail as we go along, but it allows you to connect with your potential customer in the exact same way as how you would if you was on the phone. You know, it's exactly like that. And then we have a software bot. And a software bot, what that does is it provides basically what an app would have provided, but with ridiculously cheaper than what an app would cost you. So you can do things like take bookings for appointments. You know, you can give confirmations out. You can list your treatments, or you can list your opening times, all that sort of thing, which is more software based. Again, very intricate in the design of it, easy to do, and very, very highly engaging. So that's kind of how you would classify and split out the different types of bots.
Love it. Amazing. Right. So you mentioned there the flow bot and the software bot. Can you help us understand that a little bit more? Can you give us an example of a flow bot and also a software bot as you think it might work for, say, a salon owner or a spa in the beauty industry?
Yeah, sure. So a flow bot would kind of, I mean, we could say, for instance, we run some kind of promotion or event that was on. What a flow bot would do is it would attract the potential customer into the system nice and easy. It'd attract them in. We can do this from as simple as, I know this might sound confusing, but it's so easy. We could do it as simple as putting out a Facebook post, and somebody who comments on the Facebook post for more information on something that you're telling them about comes into the system. They come into the system. It tracks them in. It then takes them through a flow, which gives them more information about what we're talking about. And then it asks them a couple of questions, and then it gives them an incentive to book. And then once they've booked, it books them in. It stores the detail. It does all that stuff for you. So it's kind of like a continuous flow from the point of entry to the call to action, to the thing that we want them to do, and then beyond, which is the confirmation. Whereas a software bot, that would be more along the lines of something that's always there. So say, for instance, it's on your website, or maybe it's on your Facebook page, or maybe it's on your flyers, or whatever it's on, and the person connects with that, and then they've got the normal stuff. So it's kind of, hey, where would you like to go from here? You know, would you like to book an appointment? Would you like to check our treatments? Would you like to, you see what I mean? So that's more of a, like an app in a way where they can access what they want to access when they want to access it.
Like providing a service itself,
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Amazing. So, and I hope you listen to that, because Scott did say someone who comments on one of your posts, you can immediately, without any disruption in that flow, immediately start to communicate with that person. And that is just, for me, one of the most amazing things about this whole process. Now, quickly moving on. We're with you so far, I think. So what is so important about bots? What makes them something that we really should be getting excited about? Why are they so different to anything that we've seen before?
Well, basically, they allow you to connect in real time with your audience. This is so important right now, because I understand what it's like, and not just in the beauty industry, but in the industries that I'm in as well. We all have it, even in real life. We have it where friends and family members, potential customers, clients, colleagues, whatever, they get in touch with us, and we haven't got that. Even if it's important, we haven't always got the time to sit there and wait for these people to message us and giving them an instant reply when they need it. Now, what bots allow us to do is connect in real time with our audience. This is the importance. This is the power. It's giving the power back to the end user. So it's not necessarily, I mean, it's amazing for us as business owners. It's amazing for us because it gives us all this automation. It allows us to run our business and do the things that obviously make us the money. Mm-hmm. But the bot allows that real-time connection when the customer needs it. That's the important thing. When the customer needs that information, they've got instant access to it. And it allows us to connect, like I say, it allows us to connect with them when they're ready, but it allows us to connect with them 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year, regardless of country, regardless of language. It allows us to connect on such an amazing level. But also, because it's engaging, and I'm going to go into conversational marketing again in a second, but because we're having this conversation, it changes the game. So rather than having an SMS or rather than having an email, where you're going to look at, SMS, you're going to look at, and if it's a pitch, you may just put it down and think about it. If it's an email, you may not check that instantly. But because this is a bot and because it's a conversation, people look on Messenger. So my own systems and my own students are hitting between 80 and 100% open rates. Because when this comes through to your Messenger, you're primed. Yeah. Facebook is massive. You're primed. Oh, I've just got a message. I'll have a look. People open it. And the way that we do it, the way that we have a conversation with people and we carry that conversation on, we're making 60 to 80% open rates. I mean, you tell me any email that you can send out that basically every single person opens, and like out of every 10, 6 to 8 of them think, oh, wow, yeah, I want that treatment. They click on it and book. That's so unbelievable.
Yeah, certainly not in the last 10 years, if ever that's happened.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, listen up here, everyone. We're primarily talking about bots here, but the difference and the very reason that I've been pestering, bribing, and downright begging Scott to be here on the show is because of something that Scott has mentioned already, and that's his conversational marketing approach to using bots, which no one, and I mean no one, anywhere, not even in our industry or anywhere else, is doing or even coming close to. And that is what really sets Scott apart. So you've mentioned it already, Scott, and you've kind of hinted at it, but can you explain for us in a bit more detail, what is conversational marketing?
Yeah, sure. So this is where the passion comes down, because this is my thing, bots. I'm the bot guy, okay? Everybody knows me as the bot guy, but you're totally right. So everybody knows me as the bot guy for the simple fact of conversational marketing, Mm-hmm. I own the #1 bot build academy in the world. It's because of conversational marketing. Yep. I own one of the top trending Facebook groups around chatbots. On Facebook, it's because of conversational marketing. I'm traveling the world. I mean, just this month alone, I'm in the US, and then I'm in the Netherlands, and then when I come back, I'm in Canada, I'm in Vietnam, believe it or not. So I'm in all these places. Why? Because of conversational marketing. So let me tell you what this thing is. All right, and it's so very easy. It's so easy. You'll as soon as I tell you, you'll realize you've been doing it for years. But basically, conversational marketing is the future of online marketing. It's just, for me, it's happening right now, and it's been happening, for the past year, which has allowed me to kind of lead the way. But let me give you an example of it.
Cool.
So let's say, for instance, that you've been for a treatment. Okay, you've been to a salon and you've been to a treatment. Let me do something that's easier so I can relate to that. Let me just say, for instance, I've been and I've had, let's say I've had a spray tan. Okay.
Okay. So, again this week. Again, really?
Yeah, again this week. No, so let's say I've had a spray tan. Okay, I don't have many spray tans, but I have in the past, so I can relate to it. Cool. So I go for a spray tan and I come back and I meet up with a friend or something, and let's forget the fact that they take the mick out of me for having a spray tan, but let's say that they go, "Hey, you're looking awesome, where how come you're so brown?" And I say, I've had a spray tan. And they go, "Oh wow, it looks really good." I don't ever think about having a spray tan because I thought it'd look fake or it'd look whatever.
Yeah.
And I say, "Oh no, yeah, it's fine." And they're like, and this is especially apparent because obviously I'm male, having spray tan, and my friends and circle of influence, this is how they would talk. So they would say, "Oh, I've never thought of having a spray tan," obviously with being a man. And I'd be like, "Well, yeah, I think lots of men have it done." Yep. It's awesome. And they go, "Okay, where did you have it done?" This is the first question that everybody asks. Where did you have it done? And I say, "Okay, I had it done at, Scott's spray tanning world or whatever." And they say, "All right, and how much did it cost?" The two questions that everybody always asks, always, where did you have it? Or where did you go? Or basically, how did you achieve what you achieved?
Yep.
And how much did it cost you? Okay. Now, because we are on a friendly term, because we're it's a friendly conversation, I'll say to them, "Okay, it cost me whatever, X amount of pounds." I don't know how much a spray tan costs, but whatever. Let's say it cost me £30. So it cost me £30, mm-hmm. Right? And then if that's engaging to that person, and if they think, "Oh yeah, okay, Scott looks good in his spray tan, it cost him £30. He's just said that he's had it done at Scott's spray tan world," then instantly they're thinking about going there.
Yep.
So I've just made Scott's spray tan world a sale. Without being an affiliate, without doing anything, without giving them a flyer or anything like that, based on a conversation. And it happens all the time. We do it all the time, and it used to be sort of birthdays. Everybody would be talking about this stuff, special occasions, Christmas. Where did you get that? Where did you get that? Now that e-commerce is so accessible on all different platforms, people are buying stuff, people are booking online, people are booking through email and different things like this. Now we're always telling each other, because we can share things out. We can say, "Hey, I've just booked the cinema for next week." We can share it out. "Hey, I've just booked a treatment here for next week. I'm getting my hair cut or I'm getting my nails done." We put it on Facebook. That's it's just what we do. And people start having a conversation. "Hey, you having your nails done? Where you having it done?" "Oh, I'm having it done at Scott's Nails." "Oh, amazing. I had it done at Adam's Nails last week." "Oh, how much is it costing you?" Blah, blah, blah.
Yep.
So when you use that idea of having a conversation with somebody and then promoting out a product or a service, but on a friendly level, on a one-to-one level, everything goes crazy. Everything changes. But what we do is we take that to another level. So when we're talking to a friend, okay, and in our case, our friend is the potential customer, okay? So rather than just going, "Hey, potential customer, look at this amazing deal that we've got on right now where it's, £30 a spray tan and you're going to look awesome," right? Forget that. When we're talking to them on a one-to-one basis and saying, "Hey, how are you doing?" Just the power of that itself. Yep. Hey, Adam, how are you doing? And you look at your phone and you think, "All right."
Yeah, I'm okay.
And you reply, I'm doing good. And then it's like, "Okay, nice one. Are you busy this weekend?" And you're like, what is this thing? That's a conversation.
Yeah.
And that's engaging. And people want to have a conversation. And when you lead that on, okay, and you do other things. So we think about this. When we wake up on a morning, I might speak to my mum, for instance. So I'll ring my mum. I don't get to see her often. I'm out of the country a lot, so I'll ring her. I'll give her a call on the phone. "Hey, Mum, how are you getting on? What's happening?" She'll tell me. A little bit later on, maybe I'm on a flight. Maybe I get to the destination. I always have to text her. "Hey, Mum, just let you know." I'm 30, whatever old I am. I can't remember. I think I'm 33 or 34. I've got 5 kids. But yes, I have to text my mum.
I can understand the brain's gone a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So I can message her, and then from messaging her there, then I'll go off, and then my data might not be the best, so I might message her on WhatsApp then, know, and then I'll probably give her a ring at night, and then I'll put a status on Facebook and she'll like it. You see that?
Yep.
It's using multiple platforms, which we're so used to. A telephone, a text message, a messenger, a Facebook. What we can do with conversational marketing, oh, wow, this sounds so complicated. Believe me, it's really, really not. It's so, so easy to do. So it allows us to connect with his audience on multiple platforms. And then what it does is, go on, sorry.
No, sorry, I was just going to say, and you just can't do this with email.
Oh, you can't do no.
Email. You know, you've got to format it. Even though email's taken over from good old snail mail, you've still got to format an email. Hi, so and so. Put all those bits in there, and you just can't have a conversation. And that's for me what makes this just so incredible.
Exactly. And the most important part of this is, like I said, it's there for when your potential customer wants to use it. And it's there and it's based on a conversation, not a pushy sales event, not anything like that. It's just a conversation, which builds massive trust, massive trust in your company as a brand. And more importantly, massive trust in you as a brand, in you as a personal brand. You can't achieve that on anything else. You just can't.
And that's what this industry, my industry, is all about. We're all about conversations. You go into any spa, any salon, it's relaxing. It's a conversation. You get to know your clients. You know if they've been on holiday and this, that, and the other. And it's all based around conversation. So that's why this is so incredibly powerful for our industry. So I'm moving straight on. So that's kind of the groundwork. That's the foundation, if you like, of bots and bots plus the conversational marketing. Now, I'm sure people are listening to this thinking, wow, this sounds amazing, but what can bots actually do for an independent beauty business owner, like a beauty salon, a skincare clinic, or say a spa? What examples of things could we do with them?
Okay, you can do so many things. How long have we got on here to tell you? But most importantly, look, you can get new clients. That's
Bingo.
The main thing.
That's what people want to hear.
Yeah. So, getting new clients by providing engaging content, like I said, maybe a Facebook post, and then giving the potential customer a way in, a deeper dive into what you're saying, okay, and they can come into your bot through just simply a comment, okay, and you can take them on a flow, and that flow will get you new clients. You can answer client and potential clients' questions, but importantly, on complete automation, you're doing the things, like I said before, you're running the business.
That is in itself amazing. Just
100%.
I hear this so often. It's like I'm busy in treatments and I can't answer the phone, so my clients are ringing me and then I can't get hold of them. So you end up working late at night because that's the only time you can actually get hold of people again. How about if you could be doing this automatically all day long while you're in treatments earning money and your clients' questions are being answered?
100%. And not only just being answered, but like being answered and then stored and tagged and categorized, ready for, if they're ready to come and have a treatment, then amazing, they can come and have a treatment. But if they're not, then look, we're all interested in different things. We're all interested in, maybe for me it's well, okay, not for me, but maybe for my wife, for instance, it's about getting the nails done. Maybe for your wife, it's about having a makeover, a beauty thing, or whatever it is. Maybe somebody else's wife is about having a spray tan. Maybe whatever that is. Everybody's different. Everybody needs something different. Okay.
Yep.
And what you can do with bots is you can tag and you can categorize. Again, with automation, you don't have to do anything. This system's in place to do everything for you, and you can take bookings, and again, filter those people into categories and tag them. You can generate special package pricing. So, for instance, imagine the power of this. Imagine the power of becoming a VIP customer, for instance, and giving them a VIP customer experience direct on the bot. They can do all this stuff while sat on the sofa, with the phone. Just connecting. It's awesome. You could use it to bring back lapsed clients. Again, through that same tagging, we know their preferences. We can make it easier to tailor a package around what they want to see. Not what you think they want to see, what they want to see.
Yes. Awesome.
We can remind clients about appointments, like I said before, appointment confirmations,
Yeah,
reminders,
huge. Love that one.
cancellations.
That's great.
It's awesome. And probably one of the, I mean, I know you said get new clients is awesome. One of the things that kind of resonates with me and with the different industries that I work in is filling the gaps. Filling the gaps in your appointment books, where if, say, for instance, Mondays between this time and this time, it's just dead, and you're kind of just sitting there twiddling your thumbs and you need to bring some more people in, then you can run specific campaigns that are very easy to run, that go out and their whole purpose is to drive people in on a Monday between 2 and whatever. So you can, you know what I mean? Whenever you need it, you can put it out, you can build it, you can send it off to do its thing, and it'll bring you those leads in the times that you need them most. It's awesome.
It is, and I can absolutely vouch for this. So that filling gaps in appointment books, I've been doing this for the past few years with my clients using text messaging, because text messaging was getting response rates way higher than email. But we've, over the past few months, been using bots and messenger bots and automation and conversational marketing to do the same thing with some of my clients, and I am seeing results way higher than even text messaging. And that, for me, is what just makes this so exciting. It really does.
Yeah.
Okay, so like I say, sounds amazing, but can you kind of join the dots up for a little bit more? Because we've kind of spoken a lot about what they can do and all this kind of thing, but how do we actually get people to talk to our bots in the first place?
Okay, well, what we do is we use something that's called growth tools. So basically, what growth tools allow us to do is to start the conversation. And we can use these tools through Facebook posts. We can use them for email. We can use them for website. We can use them offline for flyers. There's so many things. But let me give you an example so you understand. So like I've used this same example throughout this. We could put out a Facebook post, and we can make it so that when somebody simply comments, instantly they get put into the system. We can send out an email with a link that says whatever it says, but hey, come on into the system. Here's the link. They click the link, and then they receive a message. That's so powerful. They'll receive a message as soon as they click something. On the website, we can have loads of things. We can have things popping up. We can have a chat box that's below. And again, imagine this. Imagine somebody goes onto your website and you know the person's name, even if you've never connected with them. And on your website, a little box comes up and it says, "Hey, Adam, thanks for visiting us today." The person is blown away because they think, well, either you know my name or every single person that comes on this website is called Adam, or you're thinking, well, if I have 1,000 people, I'm going to be right maybe 10% of the time, but knowing that person's name, this is what creates engagement. The first thing that people do is they go, "Oh, wow, I've just gone on this website and it knows my name," and they share it and they tell everybody about it, and then offline as well. Honestly, I've worked with companies in the past in different industries, but what we've done is we've got them to just do a small sticker, like a graphic for the window, like a vinyl sticker, with a code on there, a messenger code that everybody has for free. Everybody's got access to this without even having a bot. Everybody's got access to this currently. And you just print off your code and you put the code in the window. And when somebody's coming past, when you close, whatever time of day, they can scan that code and it starts the conversation instantly. "Hey, person's name, thanks for scanning the code." Like, whoa, what? How do you know my name? Yeah. I've only scanned your code. It is, honestly, it's unbelievable. So that's how you do it.
That's amazing. I mean, Scott only mentioned this to me like last week. I didn't even know that was possible, and I was like, no way. So it's incredible what you can do with these things. So a couple of things you mentioned there starting to sound a little bit technical, especially for a lot of people. So do you need to have a lot of technical know-how to get up and running with a bot? Do we need to hire lots of people? Do we need a programmer? Do we need to change our website? Do we need to do lots of things like that?
Not really, no. You don't. Well, not at all, to be honest. No technical, major technical know-how. You don't need a programmer. This is how I started when I first started out in bots, because I had no idea how to build them when I started, because the things that are available now weren't available, and I were hiring programmers and spending a lot of money and getting things completely wrong, Yeah. But nowadays, the more that popular that bots become, the more features that become available. So to be honest, as long as you know how to use a computer. So as long as you know how to turn on a computer and you have basic, typing skills, and then you can build chatbots. But more importantly, as long as you can see the bigger picture, these aren't gimmicks. These aren't just fancy things where you can put just a Facebook post on, get somebody to comment on it, and then send them a hey, how you doing? It's not a gimmick, As long as you can kind of understand the power of what you've got, and you can identify the processes within your business that would work much better with complete automation. If you can do all that and you can type, then you're fine. That's all the know-how you need. It's so easy is this stuff.
Awesome. And what about cost then? This is pretty cutting edge stuff in marketing terms. So is it expensive?
Well, it all depends really on what route you want to go down. If you want somebody to design it for you, if you want somebody to design and build it correctly in the right way, then yeah, it can be. Okay, but you've got to remember that it's more about the value of this. It's the value of the bot-based system, and that lies in the time it gives you back. So it's kind of, yes, it may be expensive to have it done for you and to have it built for you, but how much extra work are you going to be able to bring in from that investment? However, if you do it yourself, it's cheaper than you could ever imagine. I mean, I'm talking $10 a month if you want to do technical stuff. If you don't want to do technical stuff, it's not going to cost you anything. It's free.
Amazing. Absolutely amazing. Love that bit. Love it. Right. So we've talked about that. So how kind of complicated is this? I mean, how quickly, if someone's interested in this, how quickly can people get started with bots? How long does it take to get a bot, say, up and running and on your website or even on your Facebook page?
Well, again, it just depends on your approach. So like I said before, the more people embrace the power of bots, then the more systems that become available. So, for instance, recently I was selected as one of only 15 people in the whole world to try messenger payments. Imagine that. Imagine being able to take a payment through a conversation without having to load up another website, without having to do everything. Just, hey, do you want to book this treatment? Yes, I'd love to book the treatment. How much is it? It's £15 or whatever, $15. Okay, no problem. Do you want to use your save card details or do you want to enter a different card? That conversation is awesome. It processes your payment through a trusted payment processor. You see, the more people start using these, which is my mission, to get more people using them, the more people start using them, the more things that become available to us and the easier it becomes, So you need to structure your learning, obviously. You need to structure your resources. You need to structure your time. And then depending on what it is that you want bots to do, in most cases, you can have pretty much everything that I've just said to you throughout this whole thing already live to go within a couple of days.
That's insane. Just absolutely insane, that is. It really is. Now, we've heard a little bit, just a really little bit, about what bots can do. Just a fraction, I guess, if we're honest. But I'd like to put you on the spot here, Scott, because I know you like a challenge. So what if, let's pretend you owned Scott's Tanning World. So let's say you're a beauty salon owner and say you needed some more clients or you need more bookings, like we talked about. What would be the first type of bot that you would create?
Okay, so thank you for putting me on the spot here.
No
you could have told me
that,
that I'd have to think of something like this. Okay, basically, yeah, it's the one that, like I've already said. So I would 100%, I would be making an offer bot, some kind of offer. I'm not talking some kind of heavily discounted thing. I'm talking about an offer, okay? An offer doesn't necessarily have to be something that's ridiculously cheap. It's just something that's engaging.
Yep.
And what I would do is I'd do an offer bot and it would lead onto a bot that would provide the user with access to probably like an exclusive package. I love that idea, and I worked in the when I had my own bot build agency. I worked in the restaurant industry as well, and that worked so well. This VIP customer experience type thing. People love being a VIP, and it works, in the beauty industry. So I do that. I do an exclusive package that you can only have if you come into the bot. I think that's probably how I'd go. The route I'd go down.
Okay, I'm gonna really pester you here for a bit. So
yeah, that's fine.
Can you?
I knew I won't get away with this.
Now, I know this is difficult because if you've ever seen Scott work, he spends a lot of time just showing people. So a lot of the stuff you do is video and in person and on stage, showing people what to do. So I know we're on a podcast, so we're audio only, but can you kind of talk us through a bit more step by step about exactly how this kind of offer might work as a bot?
Okay, so the offer bot that I've just mentioned, what I would do, yeah?
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, okay. So, all right. So let's try this. So, what I would do with this whole concept, like I've just said, is I'd create an engaging offer.
Yep.
So that'd be the thing that I'd do to start with. I'd think, and again, not focused around this massive discount, focused around an offer. Okay, and then I'd pitch it as an exclusive. I'd probably say VIP, just because I quite like that and that works with my audience. So
Yep.
I'd say it's an exclusive VIP promotion or exclusive VIP offer. And then what I would do is I'd bring people into the bot, mainly through Facebook, because honestly, in the beauty industry, I know from clients that I've had in the past, Facebook is huge.
Yeah, it's huge.
Facebook is massive, and it's got your perfect target audience. It's got your customer avatar on there, and it is awesome. So I would mainly put that out on Facebook, and then I would send an email out to my audience telling them that I have this deal, this offer, should I say, and I'd pop it on the website, and I'd put it on any of my promotional stuff, any of my stuff that I go out with, like my offline stuff, and I'd bring people in. And then what that would do is, how I'd build it, I'd do it so that it instantly, it stores their first name, their last name, their email address, their telephone number. And then from there, I'd kind of say, hey, Adam, for instance, if you're the one who's coming through it, hey, Adam, thanks for coming through. Thanks for taking a look at the exclusive VIP treatments specials board or whatever I'd do, okay? And then it'd give you all those VIP details, of what it is. And then, so I'd bring them in, I'd engage them, I'd educate them through that, and then I'd ask them, okay, so when would you like to book one of these? Mm-hmm. Because the thing is, they've already been engaged. They've been attracted through the thing that you've just put out. Hey, I've got this amazing thing. It's a VIP offer. Come through. I'm going to do it direct on Messenger. All you have to do is comment below, and we'll send you the details. So they comment below, or all you have to do is click this link in the email, send you the details, whatever that may be. So they come into the system. We've given them all the stuff that they need. Okay. Now I'm thinking, oh wow, yeah, I'd really like to book this thing. I'd really like to book this thing. And then we say, okay, no problem. When would you like to book it? So then they have a look through, they book the appointment, and then it also takes their booking and it sends them a confirmation to say, your booking's been done for next Wednesday at 6 o'clock. If you need to change it, then just tell me, just reply below with the word change my booking and we'll change your booking. So that's kind of how I'd get into it.
Love it. Now, I just want to mention here, we have mentioned that obviously through a bot, because it's linked to Facebook, we have the ability to access their name, their email address, their telephone number, things like this, because Facebook know about these things. Now, I want to make it clear, we're not being underhand in any way here. And one of the things that Scott is really, really clear on is that Messenger and bots and conversational marketing is what's the term you use? It's a permission-based platform. So you're not just assuming that people want to give you their details. The very first thing when you get into any sort of bot is you basically ask them permission if it's okay to communicate with them in that way. And the vast majority of people say yes and are happy to do so because it's this easy conversational way. And another thing is you always give them really easy ways to opt out. So you're never bothering people. I want to make it clear that whilst we're using a bot here, and just that phrase I imagine could turn people off because we've all had automated robots ringing us up on our phones and we hate those things. But the way Scott teaches this is to be very
respect-based marketing. Yeah.
Respectful of your customers' time. They've instigated this process, and you're simply giving them all the information they need when they need it. So this is a very respectful thing, and we're not kind of tricking people into giving us that information at all. So I just wanted to make that point just there.
That's totally true. And the thing is, it's like what I've said before. We're putting the power back to them.
Yeah.
When you send out an email, it's you telling them what to do. When you send out a mail shot, it's you telling them what you want them to do. When you go into bots and you promote this conversational marketing, you promote the respect-based marketing, you're giving them the power. So, okay, we are driving them over to a destination. This destination is a treatment or it's whatever we want, but we're allowing them to decide when they're ready. Because we don't need to be on the other end of it. So we can say to them, look, if you're interested in this treatment, let me know. That's a conversation. If they say, okay, I'll let you know in the week. Well, let us know in the week. That's fine. So it does it all on automation. And yeah, exactly what you've just said. It doesn't just go, hey, I'm going to scrape all your details. I'm going to hack all your details and I'm going to pester you like crazy until you buy. That's the wrong way. It's respectful and it gives them the choice when they're ready.
Awesome. So an offer bot. And that's just one way that you could use a bot. And as we've said, there's limitless uses for bots really to help you both save huge amounts of time in our industry and also grow your business just faster and like nothing that we've ever seen before. And as a listener to this show, we've got one more surprise for you guys that I'd like to announce. And I must admit that I'm just a little bit excited about this. Now, I've been following Scott's teachings and he's been mentoring me for quite a while now. And we've been testing and experimenting with his concepts of conversational marketing and bots with a handful of my own clients. And let me tell you, we've had some genuinely unbelievable results. So I wanted to be able to share these with you, but more importantly, to give you a platform to be able to learn how to put these concepts into practice within your own business. And it's with great excitement and quite a lot of pleasure that I can now officially announce that we, Scott and I, have been working together for the past few weeks to build you a course that will show you exactly how to take everything and more that you've experienced so far this week and put it into your business quickly and easily for maximum results. Now, Scott has been super generous and taken the time out of his busy schedule to build you a course like no other. This is a course specifically designed for the wellness and beauty industry and exclusive to Salon Business Secrets and the Beauty Business Podcast listeners. And I cannot wait for you to experience it. Now, if you're listening to this podcast episode as it comes out, then we're going to be live once again on Friday, the 16th of March, 10 a.m. So it's only in a couple of days' time, 10 a.m. UK time over on my Salon Business Secrets Facebook page. We're going to be showing you a sneak peek inside the course, and Scott will be running through all the amazing features that you'll be learning and covering and able to do. Now, I'll say this again. This is an exclusive course just for the Salon Business Secrets readers and Beauty Business Podcast listeners, built specifically for you by the very same guy who is leading the way in bots and conversational marketing. I mean, Scott, like he says, travels the world. He's all over the place just this month teaching these concepts. He's got over 2,000 students worldwide that he is personally mentoring. I don't know where he finds the time, possibly because he's got bots. And he runs and owns the #1 chatbot academy on the planet. So, Scott, I am so glad that I badgered you to be on the show today. I knew, as always, you'd bring so much information, all your experience, and just such a completely fresh and exciting way of marketing and speaking to clients and everything that you always do.
Hey, it's no problem. I've enjoyed it. I've enjoyed being here. And I'd like to also take the opportunity to, thank you for having me here, and thank your audience. Thank you guys for listening to what I've got to say. I'm super excited about the course, being able to provide you with the information, and this amazing system. And trust me, this stuff has changed my life as well. But not only my life, thousands of my students all around the world. The power of bots is truly unbelievable. And trust me, when I'm saying that you're in for a real treat. And don't, more than anything, if you've listened to me talking, let me just reassure you, let me just tell you that sometimes, I get asked these questions all the time, so I may as well, I know we can't interact on this audience I'm talking about, but a lot of times I'll get people asking me when I've done talking events, speaking events and things, and they'll say, this all sounds absolutely amazing, but I have no idea where to start. Would I be able to do this? I can hardly turn a computer on. Let me just reassure you that if you can send somebody a message, if you can send somebody a text message and you can type on a keyboard, I don't care if it takes you a week to type out a message. If you can do this stuff, then this is so easy. The concepts I talk about and I go into may be a little confusing because they're new, but they're here to stay. This is the way that marketing is going. The people who embrace bots first are the people who win. So trust me, this is easy stuff, and we're about to give you a deeper dive into it anyway. So yeah, again, thanks Adam for having me here. Thank you guys for listening to my ramblings, and yeah, I'm looking forward to speaking to you all again on Friday.
Awesome. Right, we're nudging up against the hour mark here, so I think that's where we're going to have to leave it for this episode. But don't forget, join us on Friday, the 16th of March at 10 a.m. UK time, over on my Salon Business Secrets Facebook page. There'll be a link in the episode description on your phone and also in the show notes at beautybusinesspodcast.com, and you can find out how to get your hands on this amazing opportunity. And if you're listening to this after Friday the 16th of March, then jump on over to beautybusinesspodcast.com/bots, B-O-T-S, and you guessed it, my very own bot will answer all your questions, give you all the information you need, and provide you all the details of what we go through on the Friday live so that you don't miss out. So thanks again, Scott.
No problem. Thank you. Have an awesome day, and I'll see you on Friday.
Awesome, mate. Speak to you soon.
Speak soon.
Okay, there you go. Huge amounts of information there to take away, to think about, to get excited about, and even put in place in your own business. But don't forget, as we mentioned there, Scott and I have joined forces to create a very special course using Scott's marketing and bot creation knowledge and my knowledge of the beauty industry to create the only Facebook Messenger bot course specifically designed for the beauty industry. Now, this will get you from not knowing anything about bots to having your own Messenger bot or multiple bots working for you 24/7 in just a few hours. Now, we're giving you a sneak peek into the course on Friday the 16th of March over on my Facebook page. But even if you are listening after that date, then don't worry, because all the information you need in both cases you can get from my very own bots, and all you need to do is go to www.beautybusinesspodcast.com/bots. That's BOTS. And well, you'll see what happens when you get there. I don't want to spoil the fun here. So I'm going to be back in a couple of weeks' time for the official launch of Season 3 of the Beauty Business Podcast. I've got some incredible topics coming up, and I'm joined by some amazing guests that you really won't want to miss. So if you haven't yet subscribed to the podcast, then what are you waiting for? Go ahead and do it now. Now, I hope you will join me. Have a fantastic time until then. Maybe I'll see you this Friday on the Facebook Live, but I hope to speak to you again very soon either way. Bye for now.